if you're content now, you'll never be. No matter how much you earn. Sometimes we're not contented about what we have in the bank, what achievements we have monetarily, and all those money stuff.
You see, a corrupt contractor, kotse pa lang, 50 million na. Parang, what? Why? Tapos yung sasagot sa'yo, kasi may umbrella, maganda yung payong nakasama. Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
Kung 100,000 lang kailangan mo, that's it. If 50,000, okay lang. If you can fulfill your purpose, and of course, kung mission driven yung life mo, if you can fulfill that mission, that's enough.
The highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up and say, yo, I can do whatever I want today. Here we are once more, me, Dex, and Patrick, and we'll be talking about something different. Normally we talk about like masculinity, purpose, everything positive about being a masculine man, and our, goal is to empower and motivate our fellow men, both in the Philippines and all over the world. So what's different about what we're going to be talking about today is, yun nga, we'll be talking about the psychology of money. Because money is something that we all chase, tama? Diba? We chase money. Yeah, but konti lang kasi yung mga tao na naiintindihan talaga. We read about it, we earn it, and we also lose money. And do we ever ask ourselves, what does enough even mean?
So in today's episode, guys, we're unpacking 3 powerful chapters from the book, from The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Never enough, freedom, getting wealthy, and staying wealthy. These lessons go beyond numbers. They're about mindset.
Yeah, and I think we can also spend some time unpacking why some of even the richest people feel poor. And why real wealth is not about the number that you have in your bank account or any way that we're actually measuring it right now. And how staying wealthy requires a totally different mindset from getting there.
True. Kaya nga, ayun nga eh. What does it mean by saying never enough? Because this is one of the chapters. Chapter 3 to ng The Psychology of Money. It says, it's never enough. If you're content now, you'll never be. No matter how much you earn. Nabanggit mo nga, Patrick. Sometimes we're not contented about what we have in the bank, what achievements we have monetarily, and all those money stuff. So my question ako, bro, let's define, what does enough mean to you personally in money, in life, and in purpose?
$1 million question. Ako personally, I'll go specific, no? I live in the province. 100,000 pesos a month is enough. More than enough. Parang, if you have that, I'm talking about, of course, parang maybe 10, 15, 20 years from now, where the kids are out of the house, parang naisip ko that number is pretty good already. Now, go to the specific of why that's enough. I think that we need to understand first what the difference is between comfortable and parang basically enough. Kasi magkaiba yung enough na comfortable tsaka enough na surviving ka. I don't think we're talking about yung survival mode na parang ubos lagi at the end of the month, di ba? I'm talking about being comfortable, but also, even while you're comfortable, you're also not trying to become too lavish. Kasi like, for me personally, if I think about like enough, naisip ko talaga, it's like I get to do the things that I love to do. I get to have a little bit of margin pero not to the point na parang it becomes an insatiable desire already. 'Di ba? Na para you just want more, you just want more, more eating out, more shopping, more buying this, buying that. But really being about deliberate about what will actually bring you more joy. And if we're honest with things that really bring us joy, there is actually a very limited list of things. Karamihan lang kasi ng mga bagay na kala natin gusto natin, it's because we see other people have that. And we think to ourselves na kung meron sila, dapat meron din ako. And if we're not careful about that, that's where the enough starts to become a bit blurry. And when that happens, instead na mas magiging happy ka, you actually end up being a bit more, for the lack of a better term, miserable.
Yes, I agree. Para sa akin naman, no, enough is not a number. For me, it's a condition of the soul. It's a contentment, no? It's a state where external goods support your values and virtue. Ano yung purpose mo? So when you go to that state, no, you stop asking what you have, how much you have in the bank, but you start asking, what is this for? So you shift from quantity to purpose and values. Does it support your values? Does it support your virtue? Para sa akin kasi, guys, you possess only to allow you to live with excellence, to allow you to live without fear, and to think without pressure. That is my philosophy about enough. So, tama ka, Patrick. Kung 100,000 lang kailangan mo, that's it. If 50,000, okay lang. If you can fulfill your purpose, and of course, kung mission-driven yung life mo, if you can fulfill that mission, that's enough. So if you compare yourself with others, which are different people, we're all different from each other. We cannot compare ourselves with Elon Musk, who may need billions of dollars to be able to explore space and lead the humanity to interstellar exploration. Or we're different from Bill Gates, who have a different kind of purpose. No, we have different paths in life. That's why I don't focus on the number. I focus on your state. No, if
Yeah.
that number or those external goods support your values, your virtue, or your purpose.
Yep.
Man, to me, I think it's about finding peace, bro. You see?
Mm.
Kasi ako personally, I don't need to live lavishly. What I need actually is the peace of mind that I can continue to live, continue to provide for my family, and continue to do what I feel is my purpose in this world.
Mm.
Kaya natin ginagawa itong podcast natin, right? And you see, having more money, or let's say enough money for you to survive without having to worry month to month gives you the option. You see, actually, the psychology of money is more about option. The more
Mm.
money you have, the more things you can do.
Yeah,
Yep.
freedom.
And the type of things that you do has different costings. So now, depende na lang yung kung anong gusto mong gawin. O imagine, ito ang ganda ng layunin natin dito sa TFS. We want to help people. The most we can do right now is do podcasts, sharing this to our families and friends. But what if one
Yep.
day we decide to do yung plano natin na bumuo nung school? What if one
Yeah.
day we want to expand beyond the Filipinos? Sa Africa maybe, all those countries that we feel that lack masculinity or purpose, in order to achieve that, kailangan natin ng more money, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So to me, what's enough, right, is having more options
Yeah.
based dun sa gusto kong ma-achieve sa buhay ko ngayon. Yeah. But Patrick, may minention ka na about people comparing themselves to others, right? And I believe that it is highly related sa sinabi ni Dex na contentment.
Mm.
Yeah. The question is, why do we compare so much to our peers, to mentors, and to people online. Ito, napaka-importante nito. To people online, we see people driving nice cars online, flexing their luxury watches. Why do people who consume social media tend to compare themselves to those kind of people? Bakit nila nilalagay yung benchmark nila doon?
That's a really good question. No? I think that people who compare rather, the reason why they do it because they really don't know their own values.
Oof.
Na parang if you're not sure about what's important to you, you look to other people and see ano ba yung importante sa kanila, ano yung values nila. And you just tend to mimic that. I see that a lot. Like, that's a really good question kasi parang, I kind of like came to a point where I was, kasi di ba I coach people and like when I coach people, like that really comes out a lot na I want to be like this person. I want my business to be like that. And then we ask them why. Well, kasi they have it and I should have it as well, right? I should have that kind of money. I should have those kind of clients. Not necessarily because you have to do you, di ba? And if you don't know who you are, if you don't have a sense of identity and values, then what happens is you always chase after the shiny new object. Shiny object syndrome. Uy, maganda yan. Sige, gawin natin yung trend na yun. Uy, sumasayaw sila sa TikTok. Kailangan yung TikTok channel ko, ganun din. Uy, ganito yung kotse. And so, you think that kung ganun yung kotse ng kasama mo, dapat ganun din yung kotse mo. Without asking yourself first, wait a minute, what do I really want? Diba?
Do
Because
I
hindi mo
really
alam.
want that, right? Do I
Exactly.
really
Yes.
want that?
Oo, like, I'll give you a story, no? Like, there was one time na Ses was telling me na, alam mo, may pera ka na, bumili ka nga ng luxury item. Just to kind of like set it as a milestone. So, syempre, that time, all I knew as a luxury item was Louis Vuitton. Kasi si Ses, mahilig sa Louis Vuitton. And so, I told myself, alright, sige, magtabi tayo ng pera, we'll go to Greenbelt, go to Makati. And then, I went into Greenbelt. I was looking at all of the items available, laptop bags, backpack, sapatos. And I looked and I said, did you find anything you want? I said, no, I couldn't find anything I want. Why? Because it's just not me. This brand does not resonate with me. And then I found yung brand na Xenia kasi yun yung sinusuot ni Naval Ravikant, di ba? I saw that the cap and I said, that's what I wanna buy. Di ba? I guess that's not a good example kasi luxury item pa rin yung pinili, no? But I knew what brand I wanted because it resonated with me and I knew that it resonated with my values. If you don't have that, clarity of your values, then you're just gonna go and buy whatever you want. Mahirap pag minsan dun, you buy it on credit. And then you
Oh.
get into debt.
I think okay lang yun, bro. Okay lang naman to buy luxurious items as long as you really want it and you're buying it for yourself and for your business. Oh, like for example, sa akin, kung ako mamimili, rockers ako eh. I would wear naglilin ako towards streetwear eh. That's my outfit usually when I'm not thinking about work, when I'm hanging out with my friends. I'd wear like hardcore punk clothes. Ganun ang outfit ko, but because of work, I'm forced to wear like I'm not really forced. I kind of like it too, but that's when I wear branded stuff, yung Tods, yung shoes sa shoes, diba? Luxury watches. But to me, yung mga bagay na yun, it has a purpose. The purpose is to
Yeah.
show, my clients or my prospects that, okay, Rico does, finance, then in order for me to really believe that this guy is if this guy is gonna advise me on finance, then I gotta see that this guy is also somewhere there. It should show that he also has the things that I may achieve in life. But later on during meetings, the best part about advisory is that you get to find out what is important to your clients. Like for example, in fact, out of many Filipinos that I've spoken to, the one reason why they want to spend, bro, is actually time with their family. Time with their family. I'm talking about OFWs. Ayun yung talagang inaasam-asam nila na ma-achieve sa buhay nila is time with their family. Imagine.
Purpose.
Oo, yun yung purpose nila. They come to Singapore because they want to earn more. There's the leverage. But the thing is, they don't know the way out. So they're stuck with going back home every quarter, sometimes twice a year. Even worse, yung mga kapatid natin dito na domestic helpers, every 2 years sila na uwi. Imagine that. How much you miss dun sa buhay
Yeah.
ng pamilya mo, di ba? But then again, if we're going back to the topic of comparison, I think, bro, it's 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 more, it leans towards ano eh. Somehow I feel it's insecurity din eh. You know, like you wanna prove something to the people around you. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. Kasi for me, no, we had this inclination of sense of belonging.
Mm.
We think that if we don't belong, we don't survive. During the ancient times, during the hunter-gatherer times natin, yun kasi yung setup ng mind natin eh. We need to belong to a tribe. So, we need to get the approval of the community. So that's what we do. And then we compare. That's why we compare also. We want to seek approval. We want to feel a sense of belonging. May tatlong checklist ako, guys, when I purchase something. First is, tama, no, it should be based on your purpose. It should be based on your values. Does this purchase serve my purpose? Is it aligned with my values or distract me from it? Number two, will it cost me time for contemplation? Kasi I'm a contemplative person. Eh. So I want to be mindful about what I buy. Does it make me crave for approval? Or does it increase or decrease my independence? Again, going back to sinabi ko kanina, I want to possess only to allow me to live with excellence, to live without fear, and to live or to think without pressure. So yun yung parang formula ko.
So what do you think, guys? Ano yung tips nyo for people who are listening to this if they want to discover what enough is for them? Like how would you kind of like, let's say for example you're talking to someone, they're saying, I want to know kung ano yung level ng enough for me. What advice would you give them?
Budgeting.
Uh,
Budgeting, bro. Because even when you feel that your purpose is to do something, right? It will still cost money.
Mm.
Now, paano kung yung purpose mo, feeling mo you're gonna invent a spaceship that, you know, that brings
Yeah.
people to Mars or to Jupiter. But then again, you're earning what? $5,000 per month. Right?
Agree.
So what you want to
Yeah.
do is budgeting first, start small,
Mm.
you know. And I'm not saying na mag-hold back sa mga gusto mong gawin sa buhay, like your hobbies. You know, you can have any hobby. You can earn $3,000 and have golf as a hobby. That's fine, as long as you have budgeting. You must live below your means. You know, wag kaskas hanggang sa patay. And then set aside money for your future. Kasi yung perang sinaset aside mo for your future, which is your investments, ayun yung magbo-boost sa'yo in the next few years and will eventually lead you to building a spaceship that goes to Jupiter. You know? To me, budgeting talaga, bro, ang pinaka-root of pinaka-problem ng Pilipino. Budgeting, pare. Budgeting.
Ikaw, Dex.
Ako naman, again, going back to, kasi yung sinabi ni Rico, which is very practical wisdom is very important. I always go to the philosophical part with the values and virtue. You need to know your values. No, ano ba yung binavalue mo? Tulad ng isang OFW, ang value niya is time with the family. So you need to lean towards that kind of priority. So you budget for, going home, 'di ba? And spending quality time with your family. But of course, you still want to have fun sometimes. Then you budget for that one also. Naalala ko, Rico, you discussed to me, 'di ba, when we went out. Kasama to sa budget, bro. 'Di ba? Kahit na gumastos ka, 'di ba? Kasama 'yun sa jar mo.
Yeah, pati fines. Pati yung mga fines sa
Emergency.
illegal modification ng kotse, speeding, budgeted na yun, bro. So you live without fear. Or like you said, live
Galing.
without fear. Mm.
Yeah.
May mga OFW
The-
din, bro, by the way, just to add,
Mm.
na minsan when they're abroad, nagkakaroon ng extra family. You know? So
yeah.
I mean,
That's tough.
I don't agree with that. But if you feel that that's
That's
your
reality.
purpose, yeah, you gotta budget
But-
that as well. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, but the thing
don't
is,
lose focus.
going to the root of that, it's never enough. Bakit kailangan marami?
Yes. Correct. Yan. Tama yun.
Yeah.
Bakit pa kasi kailangan dagdagan? Di ba?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Di pa ba sapat yung isa? Ay, nako. Ibang
Ayun,
usapan
self-control.
yun. Pag-usapan natin yan.
Self-control, bro. Bro, you know what?
Yeah.
This topic, it really resonates with our usual topic, which is yung masculinity.
Mm.
Because money or finance itself requires purpose, responsibility, and accountability then. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, yun nga, we were saying that to say that your finance, your money is enough, it has to lead to freedom.
Mhm.
Right. So I wanna talk about it. Ito chapter 2 na to ng psychology of money, right? Most of us started chasing money to feel free, diba? But somewhere along the way, we became trapped by it. And the highest form of wealth is the ability to wake up and say, "Yo, I can do whatever I want today." Ito, napaka-importante nito. I'm in the finance industry, and financial planning boils down to one damn thing. Freedom talaga. Ito yung inaasam-asam mo regardless kung anong quantitative value ng target mo, financial target mo. Now let's talk about what does freedom mean to you right now? Personally.
Dex.
Ikaw, Dex, what do you think?
Oh, ko muna.
Oh.
Well, freedom for me, ang ganda ng definition ni Morgan Housel, no? To freedom to do what you want, when you want it, to who you want, 'di ba? And then without any worrying, no, living without fear, no, living freely. Ika nga. Alam mo bro, ako with my legal whiz kasi, it has given me the freedom, for example, Mondays that I spend sleeping. No, I don't sleep. My time right now is revolving around my sleep. So kasi I don't eat too much. No, I eat one meal a day. No, I remove that excess already in my lifestyle. But what I prioritize now is sleep. So I have that freedom to be able to sleep well. Sabi ng kapatid ko si Ram, na wala ngayon. Sabi niya, sleeping is a luxury, sabi niya. Nahirapan siya to sleep well kasi nga he has a family and he works. So sabi ko, that is very important that you'll be able to achieve that kind of level of freedom that during a Monday, you can choose to sleep and not rush with other people.
Yeah.
That.
Ikaw, Pat, what's your definition of freedom?
Well, I think this is a good example. I'm stuck right now in Iloilo, no, because of a storm. And yung ibang, it's so funny because this is the second time na nagkaroon tayo ng typhoon, and sana wag tayong mabash, no. I understand, of course, na not everyone has this freedom. I don't want to sound insensitive to everyone who is like adversely affected by the typhoon.
And we feel
But
bad for it.
Yes, we do. I mean, like, nakakalungkot talaga, like, when we see the videos of, people dying literally because of, the floods and the corruption that caused it, no? But it really just built a sense of gratitude talaga for me. Kasi, kahit na-delay yung plans na umuwi, hindi kami anxious, hindi kami like flustered na, "Hoy, kailangan nating umuwi kasi we have to do this. We have to get back. Ang gastos na ng ang haba na ng bakasyon natin." We
Mm.
don't have that worry because number one, we're living in a unit we own.
Kakagaling nyo
So
lang Hong Kong.
kagaling namin ng Hong Kong. Diba? Like, I was actually telling myself, sabi ko, sana ma-stuck tayo sa Hong Kong kasi I can finally book like the Island Shangri-La. Tapos i-charge ko na lang sa travel insurance. Alam mo yun, pero no, but what I'm saying essentially is freedom for me is when bad things happen, it does not rock you as much.
Yeah.
Now, of course,
Damn.
I understand, of course, that you can't control everything. Hindi mo talaga maiiwasan. 'Di ba? But to a level where you can feel secure, you can feel sheltered, that's what real freedom is. And of course, I mean, that's an extreme example. Let's look at other examples. Na-miss lang yung salary mo na delay lang ng isang
Mm.
araw kasi nagka-problema sa bank. Oh no, how am I gonna pay for all the bills
Mm.
now? I've
Mm.
been there. Naalala ko yung mga times na yun na walang-wala kami. And then, may problema lang sa BPI na delay yung pag-credit ng sahod ko. Grabe, I couldn't sleep anymore. Parang naisip ko na, mag-grocery kami bukas, wala pang pera sa bank account, magka-swipe naman kami ulit. That kind of, like, I guess in the context of finances, is really hard to live with. No, it's very
Mm.
stressful, very anxiety-inducing. Freedom from a financial perspective is knowing that if anything bad happens, we're fine. We're good.
Mm.
May cushion tayo.
Mm.
So that's really what matters. And I think the second thing as well, more than just like freedom from, the existential threats of life that are very, very real, is also the freedom to pursue what you really want to do. So for instance, no, sa context namin sa Block 10 strategy, because we have like a big pool of clients already, comparably to other people in our industry, we can be selective already for clients.
Mm.
No, hindi kami like there was one time na there was a gambling app that asked us to work with them. Alam naman natin sa Pinas ngayon yung mga gambling apps na
Mm. Bingo Plus. Lagi ko nakikita yun.
I won't say which one approached us, but basta merong nag-approach sa amin. And they offered us a lot of money. Like, I'm talking about 8 digits a year yung in-offer sa amin. Pero, in my heart, I knew it was not aligned with my values. Because, nakakasira ng buhay to. So, we said no. Because, why? I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I said no is, alam ko na kahit magduno kami dito, okay pa rin kami. If I didn't have the financial cushion, if we were hungry for clients, I'm not so sure if it would be easy for me to say no. Pero in that decision, like it was a split decision. Sorry, we can't work with you. So you have that kind of freedom. Na if it does not align with your values, if it does not align with what you feel is your purpose, you can just say no to that and carry on with whatever path you want to take.
I remember something that Andrew Tate said na
Mm.
we must aspire to get out of the matrix. And I think what Patrick just said is exactly that. You want to be free enough to have complete control over your own decisions. You
Mm.
know, hindi ka kontrolado ng sahod mo, hindi ka kontrolado ng boss mo, hindi ka kontrolado ng trabaho mo because you are so free na kahit wala sila, you're fine. And that
Yes.
requires discipline, bro. Discipline when it comes to your financial management, yung mindset mo sa pera. What is your relationship with money? Sabi ni Patrick, he's experienced times where, nade-delay yung sahod sa bank, 'di ba? I know many people who would still ask themselves, pumasok na ba yung sahod? Now, if you have
Tama.
enough savings in the bank and your money mindset is different, then you will never have to ask yourself, kahit ma-delay ng 2 araw, 3 araw yung pera, you're fine because you have the cushion. You have enough emergency fund. You have enough passive income that can pay for your bills, Something like that.
Yeah.
Which brings
Yeah.
us to
I
the
have a,
bro. Yes, bro.
no, I have a question, bro. No, I
Game.
want to know your answer. Can someone with less money be more free than someone who is rich
Good
Ito,
but
I just
question.
trapped?
I was just about to interject something very important there, no.
Mm,
Kasi on the flip side, yes, a certain amount of money can give you freedom, but it also can't. No, it sounds like a paradox. It can but it can't. What do you mean? Kasi marami din akong kakilala na ang dami ng pera, hindi pa rin makatulog kasi feeling nila kulang pa rin.
mm,
Anong sinasabi mo para Ah, I have this friend na super successful financially. Like, I kid you not, he makes a lot of money every year. He makes
mm.
10 times what I make. Pero he only sleeps 4 hours a day.
Ayun.
Kasi parang inisip niya lagi, hala, hindi tayo umabot ng 15 million this month. So what? 'Di ba? Like, how much do you
Mm.
really need? 'Di ba? So, and you see this as well with the people who are
Walang
now
sense of
under a
enough.
mic. Yeah, the people who are now under the microscope because of the corruption issues going on. How much do
Mm,
you really need to say na parang okay na to? How many cars do you need to say
Mm.
na parang swak na? I was
Mm.
just looking at 'di ba? Kasi parang naisip ko to get to my financial independence number, which is the number that I need invested, the net worth that I need to have to say na parang I can really live off passive to semi-passive income na. It's just 50 million pesos. That's the number.
mm.
So parang naisip ko lang na if I get that number, I kid you not, like I told Cess this, I've told our staff this, pag umabot ng ganitong number yung net income ko, doesn't matter when, I'm gonna like stop trying to earn money. Not stop working, which is I think we'll get into that a little bit. But I'm not even gonna think about how much money I can earn.
It will
But then
just
you
be
see these
like
people,
scoring na lang yun.
oh, yeah, and
Mm.
it covers your expenses already. Like you can just like do things na okay, kung may
Yeah,
pera to then walang problema. 'Di ba?
yeah.
I'll still do it because it helps people. Para I'll get to that point. But you see, a corrupt contractor, kotse pa lang 50 million na. Parang what? Why? Tapos yung sasagot sa'yo, kasi may umbrella, maganda yung payong nakasama. Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah.
So, that example, I don't think those people are free.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi lang kasi pera eh. I think I really like the example na si Morgan Housel gave din some, I don't know if it was in Psychology of Money or Never Enough, but yung story ng grandmother niya na who only lives off 40,000 US dollars a year, but she feels like she's like Morgan Housel says, she's the happiest person that he knows. Versus all of these millionaires and billionaires that like millionaires that he knows personally who are lacking sleep, anxious all the time, always being eaten by their own thoughts, and that's not freedom. That's if you don't have peace, then I don't think that's freedom.
I have a friend who's a grab food delivery rider, bro. He's the happiest person, the most content person that I've ever met. He only earns about $2,000 2,000 Singapore dollars. So that's 90,000 pesos. Dito mababa yun, pare. Mababa yun dito.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you know what? His expenses kasama na yung family niya is roughly around $600 to $700 only. Yung the rest of his money, he invests it. And then we've been together for like say 5 years na. And then yung passive income niya bumubuo na $400 per month. So
Wow.
imagine that he consistently does the same thing. Discipline lang siya. He doesn't inflate his expenses. He doesn't upgrade his motorcycle kasi motor yung pang deliver niya eh. Nagmo-motor siya. So back then before we met, he earns roughly about $2,000 from Grab Food. And then after 5 years of investing, yung natitira dyan sa 2,000 niya, Nakabuo kami ng passive income na $400. So that made it 2,400 as of today. And then his goal is very clear. His purpose is so clear that bro, kasi ano siya eh, he's a strong Muslim. Muslim to, is Islamic belief. So his lifestyle is more like, I just wanna live by, but I want to be comfortable. I don't aspire to be like, yung sobrang magarbo na buhay. And he just aspires to live by, provide for his children and his wife, who is by the way not working. Ganun. And ngayon, as of today, he's earning $2,000 from GrabFood, but may passive siya na 400. Now, think about it 10 years down the road. You see? So the point that I'm making here is yung contentment mo is basically depende talaga kung ano yung value mo sa buhay. Siya, he just
Yeah.
wants to live by, live as a good Muslim as he is, and just be disciplined, have the right mindset sa pag manage ng pera niya.